Hello, hello. Buenas noches, chicos de Prepa Línea CEP. ¿Cómo se encuentran el día de hoy? Yo soy su asesor virtual, Connie Vázquez Chávez, y pues bueno, vamos a dar comienzo a este segundo espacio abierto con tu asesor de este módulo 7, Mi vida en otra lengua, que estamos ya casi por finalizar, ya estamos en los últimos días de la semana, ya estamos cerrando con este módulo. Así es de que chicos, pues muchas felicidades por este logro que están teniendo. Ya nos quedan solamente 3 días para terminar y pues bueno, vamos a comenzar esta sesión. Les recuerdo que va a estar grabada y el video va a estar también publicado en el foro de novedades para que si necesitan consultarlo en cualquier momento, cualquier hora del día en que ustedes estén disponibles, pues ahí va a estar el videíto en el foro de novedades también. ¿Ok? Pero para esto vamos a comenzar. So I'm going to share my screen, guys, for welcome you properly. Ok. Les recuerdo, chicos, que si tienen alguna pregunta, alguna duda que vaya surgiendo en el inter de la explicación o algún tema en particular que necesiten que revisemos, también me lo pueden escribir aquí en el chat. Hay un apartado, lo pueden ir anotando y al final dedicaremos un espacio para todas sus dudas y esas inquietudes que vayan surgiendo. ¿Ok? Ok, here we go. También les recuerdo que la sesión vamos a tratar de trabajarla en español y en inglés, ¿ok? Ambas idiomas. Uno, para que ustedes sigan teniendo el contacto con el idioma, para que ustedes sigan trabajando con su habilidad de listening. Y pues bueno, por si en dado caso algo en el inter no quedó muy bien entendido o muy bien explicadito, lo trabajemos en español para que no nos quede ninguna duda al respecto. Okay, so there we go. Let's start. And we are going to work on this fourth session, open session, espacio abierto, with your virtual advisor. My name is Connie Vasquez, and well, we're closing this module 7, My Life in Another Language. Okay, so let's begin with this. What is the purpose of the session? Well, the purpose is that you guys have more tools to improve your language. I have another dictionary that I already posted in the Novedades forum too. And also this session, it is for me to explain you guys how are you going to do the assignments of the week, okay? How are you going to work on your final project, how are you going to participate in the integration forum, and everything related to this week. This week is called for integration week because you need to integrate all the knowledge you have acquired from the previous weeks and also the previous modules 6, My World in Another Language too. So we're going to combine all the knowledge you have, all the information you have, and we're going to put it together in this integration week, okay? So that is the purpose of the session. Did you understand clearly and perfectly what you're going to do for this week number 4? Okay, let's move on very quickly to the checklist. And we're gonna check very quickly the evaluation criteria. Okay, we're gonna check the percentages of each homework. We're gonna check the resources of the week. It's just general information. We're gonna talk about the forum My Learning, talk about the integration forum My Struggle, and the final project, which is called My Biography. Okay, also we're gonna see how to check the final grade. We're gonna talk other subjects in general, and I'm going to present the Aldo's dictionary, which is an online dictionary and it's very useful too. So then you can have many tools to explore and which are going to help you to do your assignments. Okay, we're going to talk about extensions too, but this is going to be very quickly. Okay, so, but before that, what did you learn last week? What did you learn last week? Okay, for this week, we are going to put into practice everything you have learned within Unit 1, 2, and 3. But for last week, which was week 3, you worked on Unit 4 called My Goals, right? Because you were describing your future tense events. You were describing, I don't know, talking about your goals using the auxiliary will, the be going to, and the modal verb should. And also you worked on your fluency and pronunciation doing the recording audio activity. Okay, so that's what you learned last week, which was the last topic or the grammar topic to work on. And then we're going to use those topics to put them into practice in this week 4. Okay, so, but before that, did you guys answer the surveys? These 2 surveys are right below at the end of all the information from week 3. And something very important, guys, if you don't answer these surveys, you are not going to be able to see the resources for week number 4. So you must answer them, okay? It is a must, so you must do it. If you say, teacher, I cannot see the resources unit 4, it is because you haven't answered this service, okay? It is pretty good for us to know your opinion about your virtual advisor and also your opinion about the module 7, because this will give us the opportunity to check which things we need to improve in order to give you a better service and in order to give you also more tools for you to learn the language or in general about the module. Okay, so it's very important, guys. Do it, and once you do it, automatically you can see all the resources in unit in the week 4. Okay, let's move on very quickly. Evaluation criteria. We are right now here where the arrow says we are right now in week 4, and the final project has an average of the 30% of your final score, and your integration form is the 8%. Okay, as you can see, the previous forms are not assessed, they are not evaluated, but you need to work on this one too, right, to get the 8% of your final score. Also, there is a section, it's a tiny section that it's called self-assessment, which is the 5% of your final score as well, so you need to answer it. Okay, so with these 3 things, the final project, the integration forum, and the self-assessment, you are concluding with this module, okay? Take into account that this 5% of the platform activities are those that you need to, hold on a sec, I'm gonna share my screen here, are those activities you need to work on directly in the platform. There's no way to check these ones. I mean, the virtual advisors, we don't check these exercises. You guys do them here in the platform, and the platform automatically is going to evaluate these exercises. Okay, the formative activity 8, 7, and 8. As you can see in the previous units, previous weeks, you also have these exercises, practice exercise, plus the formative activities. So all of these ones are part of this 5%, okay? And you can check that at the end in the portfolio. So it's very important that you work on those exercises and these formative activities, because that is going to be part of your 5%. Okay, and here right below you have this, you have the self-assessment. So here you clicking here is going to take you to some questions. Okay, so if you can check it out, there are some questions here you must answer, and it is about yourself. Okay, it is about how you felt working in this module, and some questions related to English, something some information is going to be very good to know about yourself and about the progress you had in this module. Okay, so it's going to be pretty simple. Next, okay, let's talk about the integration week. The integration week, what do we have to do in this week? Okay, we need to put into practice everything you guys have learned in the previous units, okay, and the previous weeks. Why? Because in the previous weeks, you talk about the past, you talked about the present, and in this last week, you talked about the future. So you're going to combine all that information and you're going to put it all together in the final project and in the integration forum. So that's why it is called integration week. As well, you're going to put into practice everything you have learned in module 6, which is my world in another language. Okay, so you're going to get all of this knowledge and you're going to put it together in the final project. Okay, so the assignments of the week, we have 3 things to accomplish. Which are those 3 things? We have the learning forum, which is not evaluated. We have the integration forum, my struggle, and the final assignment, which is the final project, my biography. Okay, those three things we need to accomplish for this week. It's not that complicated, guys. Okay, so let's move on very quickly to the learning forum. Hold on a second, over here. Nada más en esta semanita, chicos, lo único que vamos a hacer es trabajar en el foro normal, semanal, que es el Learning Forum. Ese es un foro que hemos venido trabajando desde la semana 1 y en todos los módulos se trabaja de la misma manera. Y en este foro de My Struggle es donde sí vamos a tener una rúbrica que hay que leer, que hay que considerar para poder trabajar y cumplir con unas instrucciones muy específicas que están muy marcaditas, muy específicas para poder realizar estas participaciones en el foro de integración. En el foro de My Learning es un poquito más abierto y es comentar sobre lo que hemos aprendido, cómo hemos estado trabajando en este módulo y es más general, ¿no? Con la información en el foro 1. Pero en My Struggle sí tenemos instrucciones muy precisas. Entonces, eso lo vamos a revisar ahorita. Y para subir tareas, como por decirlo, las tareas integradoras de las semanas pasadas, lo único que vamos a subir es el proyecto integrador. ¿Ok? Es la única tarea, es el único template que van a descargar, que van a llenar y también es importante revisar la rúbrica. Okay, for Learning Forum, what do we have over here? Well, we have the objectives. It is kind of the same and similar to the previous ones. You're going to talk about what you learned. Okay, you're going to talk about what would you like to continue learning. If, I don't know, maybe you can talk about some benefits about learning a new language. Could be that you have not just the benefit of getting a new job or getting a promotion, but also you can have another brain benefits, right? Also in your person and to get along with someone, to meet some more friends, etc., right? So you can discuss, you can talk about any topic you want related to the learning on this in this module. Okay, it's pretty easy, pretty simple, and that's very general and it's not evaluated. Okay, but for the integration forum, of course, we have some specific instructions. The objectives for this forum is kind of the same. Okay, you're going to apply what you learned within the whole module. You're going to apply what you learned also within the module 6, which is my world in another language. You're going to accomplish some instructions according to the rubric as well, and you're going to apply all the grammar functions and all the vocabulary you have learned too. Okay, for this forum you must do 4 comments, 4 participations. Okay, the first one, it is you're going to describe a past event, and in your description you're going to talk about how did you overcome that situation, how you get over it, and also you can add about the future goal or a future advice for that situation that happened to you. Okay, so 3 things you're going to describe in your first comment. Describe your past event. How did you get over it? And how can you give some advice about it? Okay? Maybe, I don't know, maybe another classmate had kind of a similar situation. So you can give advice about how to get over it and how to prevent perhaps another similar situation, right? So that is your participation number 1. Participation number 2, you're going to ask 3 questions to another classmate, okay, related to their stories. Could be his or her story, okay? So you're going to ask those 3 questions. Always take into account the Netiquette rules are very important, guys. Remember, I sent you and I posted you a rubric about it. Sorry, a PDF format with some information about the Netiquette rules. So it's pretty cool that you go and take a quick look at it, okay, to put them all or to put all the rules into practice. Okay, so instruction 2, you're going to ask 3 questions to your classmate to get more information about that situation, okay, the situation that they described. Okay, for participation number 3, and here we have something very specific, okay? For this participation, now you are going to answer the 3 questions somebody else asked you, okay? What am I going to do over here if nobody asks me the questions? Okay, so You can take the questions are in this example, in the instruction number 2, you have these 3 questions. So you're going to take those 3 questions, like the base form of the question, and you are going to adapt these questions to your situation. You're going to copy, paste them, adapt the questions to your situations, and you need to keep the base form. The base form, it is, what did you feel when, and describe your situation. What helped you overcome your situation? And how will you help other people to prevent or to overcome your situation? So, taking the base form, which is the first part of the questions, then you're going to answer those questions for yourself. Okay? So, and those ones are in instruction number 2. So that is going to be your participation number 3, just in case you haven't received any questions at all from your classmates, because it's Friday. So we have 2 days left to accomplish this forum. So if you haven't received anything, go ahead, take these questions, copy paste them, adapt them to your situation, and then answer them. Okay? And that's it, period. For instruction number 4, you are going to write a conclusion about what you learned in this forum. Okay, it could be a conclusion related to the general experiences from your classmates. You can read all track in the conversations, and you can get more ideas for perhaps how they did overcome some situations, some specific things, and then you can, describe and get a conclusion about it. Okay, so that is your participation number 4, and it's going to be very, very simple. Ok, ¿qué vamos a hacer en este foro? En este foro vamos a integrar todos los conocimientos, todo lo que hemos adquirido en las semanas pasadas. Es el objetivo, que pongamos en práctica tanto las descripciones de las situaciones en presente, en pasado, en futuro, para poder tener ese conjunto, ¿no?, de conocimientos aplicados en este foro de integración. Ahora bien, ¿qué voy a realizar para mi participación número 1? Es donde primeramente yo voy a describir un evento que me pasó, ¿no? Una situación que me pasó, cómo yo la superé, y si pudiera yo dar algún consejo de que cómo prevenir que te suceda, o cómo podrías facilitarse la situación si a alguien más le llegara a pasar. Esa es la parte que yo voy a describir en mi aportación número 1. ¿Ok? Sencillo, describo mi situación, describo cómo yo he superado esa situación, y algún consejo, algo que tú quieras comentar acerca de para futuras cuestiones sobre lo que me pasó, lo que tú pudieras aconsejarle a alguien. Ok, esa es la aportación 1. Para tu aportación 2 tienes que hacer 3 preguntas. Seleccionas a uno de tus compañeros, checas el track de las historias, de todo lo que los demás compañeros han estado escribiendo, y entonces seleccionas a uno de ellos y le realizas las 3 preguntas de acuerdo a su historia, ¿no? Para que tengas un poquito más de conocimiento, o algo muy en particular. Si alguna historia de un compañero te llamó más la atención y tú quieres conocer un poquito más de eso que le sucedió, entonces es cuando lo eliges y le redactas esas 3 preguntitas. Importantísimo siempre tomar en cuenta las reglas de etiqueta, siempre. Acuérdate, si tú tienes que personalizar el mensaje, a quién va dirigido, para que entonces ese mensaje no se pierda y ese compañero nos pueda responder, y así él está haciendo también su tercera participación. ¿Ok? Entonces puedes iniciar con un saludo, te puedes dirigir al compañero al que tú seleccionaste, y le realizas sus 3 preguntas. ¿Ok? Terminas con una despedida y cierras con tu firma, y también les puse ahí el PDF de las reglas de etiqueta, que también pueden considerar, pueden dar una leída así rapidísimo, porque al final de cuentas es nuestro ambiente, es un ambiente virtual el que estamos trabajando, es un ambiente pues 100% que estamos a través de este tipo de conexiones, y debemos de cuidar mucho esa parte. Importantísimo en las redacciones, chicos, que cuiden las cuestiones de puntuación, iniciar con mayúsculas, terminar con puntos, utilizar comas donde se requieren, algún nombre de propio, lugar, personas, etcétera, escribirlos con mayúsculas también. Entonces, esa parte de la puntuación también es muy importante. Si es pregunta, ponerle el question mark al final. Y en inglés les recuerdo que el question mark en exclamation marks solamente se escriben al final de la oración. En español sí los utilizamos al inicio y al final, pero en inglés solamente se escriben al final. ¿Ok? Entonces hay que cuidar esos detalles también que son muy importantes. Ahora bien, la aportación número 3. Aquí hay una situación. Ha estado sucediendo continuamente que, bueno, ya estamos en viernes, ya estamos por cerrar el módulo al final de la semana y hay quienes han estado participando continuamente, pero no han recibido ustedes las 3 preguntas que alguien les tuvo que haber hecho para que tú contestes la tercera o realices tu tercera participación. Entonces, ¿qué voy a hacer aquí si en dado caso ya es viernes, ok? O es sábado o es domingo y nadie me ha hecho las 3 preguntas de la aportación 3? Si nadie me hace esas 3 preguntas y yo ya quiero concluir mis participaciones, porque también es válido que entre todos los comentarios, entre toda la comunidad de prepa que estamos trabajando en el foro, entonces puede ser que a lo mejor nos perdamos tantito en las conversaciones y no alcancemos a ver que alguien ya nos hizo las preguntas. Pero en dado caso que nadie te haya preguntado esas 3 preguntitas, ¿qué es lo que tengo que hacer? Mi sugerencia es que tomes las preguntas que vienen en la instrucción número 2, que vienen aquí, que estos son los ejemplos. Tomas estas preguntitas, pero tomas la base y las adaptas a tu situación. Y entonces las contestas, ¿ok? Como por ejemplo, what did you feel when the lights? Aquí habla cuando las luces se apagaron, pero obviamente el ejemplo con el que inició la primera instrucción habla de un apagón de luz, ¿no? Ok, entonces si a ti te pasó algo, no sé, como por ejemplo que tuviste un accidente de carro, por decirlo de alguna manera, entonces tú vas a adaptar esas preguntas al accidente que tuviste. Vas a adaptarlo, el what helped you overcome your car accident or what helped you overcome your situation and then you answer y después ya la contestas de acuerdo a lo que tú realizaste. La tercera pregunta sería how will you help others or how will you help your family or how will you help your acquaintances to overcome a situation like this, ¿ok? Entonces aquí tú ya puedes adaptar esa pregunta a lo que te sucedió y la contestas. Eso es en dado caso que tú quieras realizar tu aportación 3 y nadie te haya hecho esas preguntas, ¿ok? Entonces copio, pego, las adapto a mi situación y las contesto. Y listo. Y ya tendríamos la participación número 3. Ahora bien, la participación 4, súper sencilla, vas a escribir una conclusión, ¿ok? De acuerdo a lo que tú has estado revisando en el foro, a los comentarios de tus demás compañeros. Entonces vas a redactar una conclusión de lo que has aprendido y de lo que se ha manejado en general en el foro. Es tu conclusión lo que tú vas a escribir y ya terminaste con tus 4 aportaciones de este foro de integración, ¿ok? So now, before that, and before continuing with the project, let me share this. This is the rubric, my struggle. Okay. So I suggest you guys always go and look at the expert part. The expert part is going to give you all the information to get the 100 points. Okay. So listen up. It's very important, guys, that you consider that if you are writing and asking your questions in a general or superficial way, or it is very, it's not accurate and it is you guys are missing some information, well, you're going to be decreasing your final grade according to the rubric. Okay, depending on the questions, depending on your writing, depending on the way you are describing your past event. Okay, of course you're going to do your 4 participations. If you do 3, if you do 2, or if you do only 1, you're going to be decreasing also. Okay, then also you're going to um, ask the 3 questions and you're going to answer the questions. Here is what I tell you. If nobody asks you the questions, then you can copy and paste the ones in the example of the instruction number 2 and then answer them. Okay, because it is part of the rubric here. And the last instruction is to write a conclusion. If it is superficial, if it is very general, and if it has a lack of information and we don't understand what you're trying to say, and it is kind of confusing to you, well, you're going to be decreasing it. So you guys, your ideas, try to structure your sentences and try to get your ideas very clear and organize them before, texting. I suggest you also that if you're going to participate in the forum, previously to it, you can type and text and write in a Word document and then just copy and paste it in the forum. So if you do it in that way, you can have the chance, or you can have the opportunity to type, erase, change your idea, maybe check the vocabulary, etc., before publishing it in the forum, okay, before posting it. So that's a good idea too. Para esto les sugiero que antes de que hagan sus aportaciones en el foro, también lo que pueden hacer es abrir un documento de Word, escribir ahí la aportación que tú vas a generar, y entonces en el documento de Word pues tienen la oportunidad más de corregir, de checar el vocabulario. Si tú cambiaste de idea, ahí mismo la puedes cambiar. Si tienes más ideas que complementar, también ahí mismo lo corriges, las trabajas, las organizas tu texto pues de una manera que esté muy precisa, que tus ideas no sean muy vagas o que no sean muy confusas. Entonces, tú ya que tengas tu texto bien organizado y bien trabajadito en tu documento de Word, lo que puedes hacer nada más es copiar y pegar en el foro. Y entonces así, si por algo tuviste un error, en el documento de Word tienes más oportunidad de corregir y de cambiar antes de pasarlo al foro, y para que no se te vaya como a pasar la parte de que, ya lo publiqué y ahora qué va a pasar, lo tengo que cambiar, lo tengo que editar, tuve un error, ¿no? Entonces, para evitar que te estreses de esa manera, pues puedes trabajarlo primero en un documento de Word, copy and paste, and that's going to be very simple. Okay? So, then you accomplish all the instructions for the forum. If you miss some instructions, there you are, guys. Okay? You're going to be decreasing it. If your conclusion at the end is not original, or it is, but it has a lack of information, it's not very reflexive, it's kind of superficial, something like that, well, you're going to be decreasing it as well. Also, it's very important, guys, that you use the Netiquette rules, you work on them. Okay? If you don't show any kind, and if you don't show any respect, well, here you are in the rubric. It is checking all of those points in the rubric as well. Okay, then also if you organize the information, but it is not clear, but it is not accurate, well, there you go. If you have some grammar mistakes, if you have some spelling mistakes, syntax mistakes, and also the orthographic mistakes, it is kind of the same as I'm telling you. So that's why you need to be very careful with the capital letters, the periods, the commas, etc. Everything to get the perfect writing. Okay? You have already over here also the Netiquette rules that you're working with it. Of course, we're gonna say it in all the participations. Okay? Then also check it out. It's very important. If you participate right at the end, one single day, even if you have your 4 participations, but you got them just in one day, and it is over here also in the rubric, then it's going to be decreasing. Okay, sadly, unfortunately, to say it in one way, we are right now in Friday. So today is Friday. You just have today, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 3 days left to participate daily. Okay, but of course, try to accomplish the 4 instructions for sure. Doesn't matter. Okay, because there is just 1 point, few points less, not that much, but try to do and accomplish the 4 participations. Okay, there you go. And finally, well, that you communicate your ideas in English. And if you try to communicate your ideas very superficial, also as well, they are very general, and well, you are committing some mistakes interacting with your classmates, well, you're going to be decreasing it as well. But that is not going to happen, right? All of you guys are going to be in the 100 points, so don't worry about it. Okay, so that is going to be the way you're going to participate in this forum, and that's it, period. And you finish with this activity. Okay, so let's move on now to project my biography. This final project has the objective of applying all the knowledge about the language you have acquired, okay, about everything you have learned from the previous units, from the previous weeks, and also from module number 6, okay? You're going to apply all the vocabulary. You're going to describe your events in present, in past, and future tense, okay? So, because that is the most important thing, that you know how to describe things using these tenses. Also, we're going to have to record an audio. It's very important you do it. And it says, well, I put it over here is 1 minute and 30 seconds. But if you check the platform, over here and you check the instructions for the form, for the project, it says over here that you cannot exceed the 2 minutes, okay, for the audio. So 2 minutes is the maximum time you can have for recording the audio. Okay, but of course, guys, if you are having some difficulties, let me know and we can find a way to fix it up. Okay, and give you another solution. Also, remember, it's very important, guys, to save your file or your document with the correct code. Which is the correct code? Okay, it is your last name, your name, M07, which is module 7, S, which is week, semana 4, P as in project. Okay? So that is the way you're going to save your documents. It's very important to do it because if you check the rubric, you have it over here. I'm going to scroll down a little bit and check it out. If you don't do it right on time, if you ask for an extension, but for this project there are not extensions allowed, or if you don't save your document with the correct code, then you're going to decrease your final grade until that point. Okay, so that's why it's very important you you save your documents according to this code. Okay, that's why it's super, super important to do it. Okay, before checking the template, right now that we are in the rubric, all the rubrics are kind of the same, are very similar. What it changes a lot, or sort of, it is the cognitive criteria. Why? Because the cognitive criteria goes directly to the format, to the template. So in here, we are going to check exactly step by step and instruction by instruction that you are accomplishing all the template. That's why it's very important to check this part. The rest of the criteria, like the attitude, the communicative, and the critical thinking, are kind of the same. Okay, so for example, let's go right on the top. Let's talk about the cognitive criteria. Okay, you download the template. Okay, you work in all of the instructions. You talk about your present, you talk about your future, you talk about your past, because it is according to every single step you are following in the instructions. So there's no way you can do something extra. Okay, it is the way it is, and that's it. Okay, so you work with all the grammar structures. You use the will, the going to, the would, right? You also use irregular verbs or regular verbs in past tense. You talk about your hobbies, your daily routines, your skills or the abilities that you have. You also talk about the goals you have in future, etc. But everything here is related to the template. So we're going to see it in a minute. So it's not going to be that complicated. Also, that you write reflection about what you learned in these two modules. Module 6, My World in Another Language, and this Module 7, My Life in Another Language. Okay, so it's very important that you guys write this reflection talking about the two modules, how these two modules helped you to increase your language learning, okay, and your progress in English. Okay, then you record the audio, right? Just in case you forget about it and you don't record it, then you have it over here. And it's the last option in the rubric. As well is going to be in this side. Okay, if you go to this part, doesn't have any audio. which is the last part in the rubric, and doesn't have any audio. Okay? So that's why it's very important that you guys do it. You can use any gadget you want. You can use your cell phone, you can use your computer, you can use the Vocaroo online recorder, which is super simple and very easy. So you can use any gadget you want, guys, but use it, okay, and do it, because you need to, as you can see in the rubric, it has a considerable part and the points. So that's why it is very important you record your audios. Okay, so then after we saw this, let's check the template. Okay, here's the template, my biography. Okay, so what are you going to do? Okay, you're going to answer the questions. I have it over here. You're going to answer the questions. Okay, and you're going to talk about your past, your present, and your future. And all these tenses, you saw them in the previous units. And also you saw them in the module number 6. So it is just to get all your knowledge together and put it over here. Okay, what are we going to do? First, you're going to talk about your past. It is over here, highlighted, okay? Paste a picture over here. You can use a picture from yourself, right? From your real life, or you can also use a picture from internet. Doesn't matter. But it has to represent the stage in your life. Okay? So, para estas actividades, primero vamos a hablar del pasado. Si tú quieres colocar una fotografía de ti, de tu persona, de tu familia, una fotografía real, adelante. Y si también tú dices, yo quiero cuidar un poquito más mi privacidad y no voy a utilizar una fotografía de mi familia o de mi persona, quieres colocar una fotografía o una imagen de internet, adelante, también se puede. Lo importante es que esa imagen sí esté representando lo que tú estás describiendo en tus oraciones, ¿ok? Eso es importantísimo. Si solamente puedes utilizar ambas opciones, la que tú decidas y la que te sientas más cómodo, pero que describa, que esa imagen esté con el contexto de lo que tú estás hablando en tus oraciones, ¿ok? So, first you're going to answer these questions. Where were you born? Where did you live? What were you doing before starting prep online, etc. Okay? Important here, super, super important. What do you need to do? You need to write complete and long sentences, because that's the only way we're going to know that you are putting into practice the grammar structure for these sentences. Okay? For example, if you just answer like this, okay. If you just write 1, 2 words answer, uh, it's not going to tell me anything, right? Why? Because it doesn't have any structure. So I cannot see any grammar. I cannot see that you learned the grammar pretty well before and now you are applying it. So it is just, okay, you have a very good reading comprehension because you know what the question means, and then that's why you answer it. But for me, and according to the rubric, it doesn't say that you are working with the grammar structures you learned before. Okay, so that's why it's very important you do complete long sentences. Okay, ¿qué está pasando aquí o qué pasa aquí? Si tú contestas las preguntas con 1 o 2 palabras nada más, así súper sencillo, ok, yo voy a comprender que tú estás leyendo las preguntas, las entiendes, las comprendes y por eso contestas. Sin embargo, de lo que se trata el proyecto integrador, precisamente como su nombre lo dice, de integración, es que tú pongas en práctica todo lo que aprendiste. Y para poder hacer eso, hay que utilizar todas las estructuras gramaticales que ya vimos en las semanas pasadas, que ya trabajamos en el módulo 6 también. ¿Para qué? Para que entonces estructures una oración larga, por decirlo de alguna manera, donde podamos ver que estás aplicando ese conocimiento adquirido. Entonces, si contestas con una sola palabra, tus respuestas van a ser muy vagas. Y eso está en la rúbrica, está muy vago, está muy superficial. Y no podemos ver que la estructura gramatical se esté trabajando como es, que aprendiste verdaderamente esos temas y que ya los estás poniendo aquí en aplicación, ¿ok? Entonces, ¿qué tengo que hacer? Pues contestar con una estructura gramatical completa, una oración un poquito más larga, donde a mí me pueda dar esa información del conocimiento que tienes ya adquirido, ¿ok? Por ejemplo, where were you born? Sorry, I was born in Guadalajara. Okay, that's a short sentence, but I have the grammar structure. Okay, so and that's the way I'm going to present and answer my questions and present the grammar structure I learned. Okay, for example, where did you live? I've lived in Sonora. Okay, it's a short sentence, but I have the grammar structure I need: the past tense, the verb in past tense, the preposition, and the pronoun. Okay, so here the third one. What were you doing before starting prep online? Working. Oh yeah, but what? How can you structure a sentence to let me know that you are working with your grammar structures? I was working at, I don't know, perhaps at a private company, something like that. Important too to consider these punctuation marks, okay? Start your sentence with a capital letter and end your sentence with a period. If you need to add more capital letters, or if you need to add some commas between sentences, perfect. Okay, go ahead. Feel free to do it. Okay, then you're going to talk about your achievements. Which are your achievements? Okay, you're going to paste a picture over here about your achievements. For example, what were the three most important achievements in your life? Okay, first, the most important one was when I don't know, when I finished my career. And the second could be the second important achievement was when, I don't know, I bought a car. B. I'm just giving some examples at random, okay? So this is the way you are going to answer long sentences with all the correct structures you need to use, okay? Then it says over here, write about an experience in which you have overcome some difficulty. Okay, here you can create or write and describe a general event, or also you can use the past event you described in the integration forum. So you can use both. Okay. So para esta instrucción, tú puedes, just hold on a second, guys. Para esta instrucción, tú puedes describir una experiencia, una situación la cual tú hayas superado. ¿Puedes tomarla del foro de integración? Sí, sí la puedes tomar. Nada más que aquí tendrás que cambiar un poquito la redacción, ya que como se te pide en la instrucción del foro es un poquito diferente, pero al final de cuentas, si tú quieres hablar de la misma situación, adelante puedes hacerlo. O puedes escribir una nueva también, ¿ok? Ambas opciones están súper bien. Nada más hay que cuidar aquí la parte que estés estructurando tus oraciones muy bien gramaticalmente y que estamos hablando de cuestiones también del pasado, ¿no? Que estamos hablando qué cosas te sucedieron, etcétera. Hay que utilizar los tiempos de los verbos correctamente. Okay? So then we're going to move on to the present. Now you're going to talk about the present tense. Okay, for this present tense, you're going to paste a picture too related to your ideas. Okay, what happens over here? You're going to describe your school and work routine. Okay, if you have both, you can describe them. But if you say, you know what, I'm just working right now, I'm not, sorry, if you say, I'm just studying right now, I'm not working. Okay, so you're going to describe your daily routine when you study. For example, you can start with the first, right? You can finish with the finally. First, I wake up at 6, and then I take a shower to go to work. After I take the bus, and at 10 a.m. I have my breakfast with my coworkers, etc. Could be. Also, finally, I go home at 2:30 p.m. to have lunch with my husband, with my wife, with my family, etc. Okay. So it's going to be like a short description about your daily routine. What do you do in your day? Okay. For the other question, what do you do in your free time? Okay. You can write short sentences, but very accurate and very descriptive. Okay. For example, in my free time, I go to work out to the gym, right? Or maybe in my free time, I read, I don't know, some books related to history or geography, something like that. Okay. That's a short sentence, but it has and contains all the grammar structures to work in present tense. So here you are describing all your situations in present. Okay. Then you're going to continue working with this with the other questions, and you're going to just write short sentences, and that's it. Okay. Then you're going to talk about your future plans and your future goals. It's kind of the same. You're going to answer what are your future plans after completing your prep online. For here, you need to use the will, the would, and the be going to, right? So you need to use these structures. Like, for example, I don't know, I will apply. I will apply for a position in Canada. I don't know, perhaps, or I am going to let me change it. I would like to. I would like to get a promotion in my current job. Okay. And maybe after finishing your prep online, maybe I am going to study a new, could be a new career, etc. Okay. So remember to add periods at the end of your sentences. Okay. So for um for this part of the project, you need to use the structures, these ones, because those are the ones you guys learned in the past week. Okay. And then you complete your sentences over here. You're going to answer over here this other question, trying to use the same. You can use either both, right? You can use will, would, be going to, etc. So you can use all of them or you can use only one, because at the end you're going to describe a future event, a future situation. Okay, so don't worry about it. But as much as you use them is better for you. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Let's continue. Then it says write a half page paragraph. Half page is more or less this. Okay, it's more or less this space. So it is like around, I don't know, 10, 15 lines about a reflection. So in here, you're going to talk about what you learned in module 6, my world, and in this module 7, my life in another language. Okay, so you're going to talk about what did you learn, how do you feel, what's your experience about it, and then you just describe it. Try to use number 12. You can use any font you have over here, but try to use number 12. Okay, because that one, it is the correct number to um, get the extension we are asking you here of the half of the page. Okay, because if you I don't know, maybe if you use, I don't know, could be Arial 20 or Arial 18, so the letter is going to be so big, but your ideas are going to be very short, right? So what we want, and according to the rubric, if you can check it over here, if your ideas are not that clear and they are, you know, just general, so your reflection, it is superficial, could be, or very general over here, so that's what is going to affect you here in this part of the activity. Okay, then here we go. What are we going to do? We're going to record an audio with the questions and the answers from point A, and also you're going to record point B. What are you going to do with this? Very easy. Point A is all of this, talking about your past, talking about your achievements, talking about your present, and your future. All of it is letter A. And you need to record the questions and the answers. But in my opinion, I suggest you to only record the answers. Don't try to record both because it's going to be too much for you guys. And I don't want you to feel stressed about it. And I don't want you to feel frustrated also. So I'll let you just record the answers. Okay. That's a suggestion for me from me so you guys can take it. So, just record the answers and record the audio. Sorry, record the paragraph over here. Okay, so you have other two ways to do it. You can record in one single audio both the answers and the paragraph, or you can use one audio for the answers, one audio for the paragraph. So you can paste one link or two links as you wish. Okay, as it makes you feel more comfortable about it. Okay. Para la grabación del audio es importante, chicos, que consideremos que el punto A son todas las respuestas que han estado ustedes describiendo aquí, más las preguntas. En mi opinión, yo considero que está súper bien que nada más graben las respuestas para que no sea algo muy extenso y efectivamente no se excedan de los 2 minutos que nos están marcando las instrucciones en la página, ¿ok? En el website. Pero si grabamos nada más las respuestas, está súper bien. Y también tenemos que grabar al final el párrafo de reflexión. Ahora bien, tienes dos maneras para grabarlo. Puedes grabar un audio para tus respuestas nada más, copias y pegas el link y después grabas el otro audio con el párrafo de la reflexión, copias y pegas el link. Entonces tendríamos dos links ahí. O también, si lo deseas, puedes leer todas tus respuestas y enseguidita decir tu párrafo también y solamente pegas un link, ¿ok? Entonces pueden ser dos audios o puede ser uno solo, pero que contenga las respuestas y que contenga la reflexión. Como te sea más cómodo, como te sea más práctico, aquí lo importante es que ustedes se sientan bien realizando esta actividad, que no caigan como en esa sensación de cansancio, de frustración, de molestia, incluso a veces. Entonces, es importante que se sientan cómodos, ¿no? Entonces, como tú quieras grabarlo, las dos cosas juntas o separadas, pero si incluyes tus ligas de tus audios, es importante ponerlas porque ya vimos que en la parte de la rúbrica sí nos baja bastante la calificación, ¿ok? So let's move on. We have 10 minutes left to finish this session, guys. Well, actually 8. I hope not to exceed the time a lot. But I'm going to show you this dictionary, which is Aldo's dictionary over here. It's pretty easy. I posted a broadcast about it, how to use it in the Novedades forum as well. But, well, just going to give you a quick review about it. So if you click in here, it is called Longman Dictionary. If you click in here, you're going to have some other languages, right? Like Spanish, English, Spanish, etc. I suggest you to use only the English. Why? Because if you use this one, it's gonna give you the meaning in English. It's gonna give you some more examples, and it's gonna tell you if it is a verb, a noun, an adverb, an adjective, etc. For example, very simple, the word water. Water, it's a noun and it's uncountable, and also you have the meaning, which is a liquid, to clear liquid without color, smell, etc. And you have some examples how to use that word in context. Okay, but also you have two speakers over here. Now that you are recording the audios, it's very important that you listen to some words that you have some questions about how to pronounce them, right? So if you click in the red speaker, it's gonna give you the
water,
pronunciation in British,
water,
and the blue one is gonna tell you the pronunciation in American.
water,
Okay?
water, water,
Okay. So now that you have this, as you can see, it has a number right here in the corner, in the right corner on the top. Okay, because it means that water has more meanings. It's not only one meaning. For example, water has another meaning. And if I scroll down a little bit, I go the way down. Okay. You have water number 2. Why? Because it has another meaning and now it is a verb, which is the same
water,
pronunciation,
water,
but it's another meaning. So when you water, you can water a plant, and that becomes into a verb. So if you water plants or the ground, they are growing in. And then you have some other examples, okay? So when you see the number right in the right corner on the top of the word, it means that it has several meanings, okay? So then you can discover more vocabulary over here. I don't know, for example, it could be talk about your future plans. Let's write this. Company. I don't know the pronunciation of company. Well, company is a noun, and this is the plural, companies, and
company,
I can listen to the pronunciation, okay? And I have over here the meaning, right? So it's pretty simple to use it. It is in the novedades form as well, so got to check it, okay? And if you have more questions, just let me know. Also, I'm presenting this slide because I want you to check that all of these resources, all tools, all of them are online. See them post that is from as well. So you have the vocabulary recorder, you have the lingua dictionary, you have the lexico, which is Oxford dictionary, you have the Longman, this one I already presented, and you have the word reference. Okay, to check it, go ahead, and they are going to help you a lot with the homeworks and the vocabulary, the pronunciation, and the meaning of the words. Okay, final grade, how to check it? Pretty easy. Right here in the right side of the website, you have the portfolio. Okay, so how are we going to check the portfolio? Oh, okay, let's go very quickly. This is my front page. Okay, I'm going to scroll down and the portfolio is over here. If I click in there, you're going to see all your record. Okay, so for example, this is mine. So I don't do any exercise, so that's why I don't get any points. But you guys must have all the information here already. All the points you got in the activity, formative activity 1, and the 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Also the extra exercises, practices, you have them over here. And all of these ones are the 5% of your final score in the module. Okay, so you must have all of this one full with numbers right now until this week number 4. And here, these integration activities are the ones that I check as an advisor. Okay, so here you must have your final grade according to the rubric, and here in this side, you must have my feedback about the homework. Okay, so by this time, you must have all of them. This is week 2. This is week, no, sorry. This is week 1, 3 and 4, week 2, 5 and 6, week 3. And now we are working on the final project. If you already sent it or submitted, then you must have the final grade over here plus the feedback. And here is the forum. There's a quote here in the forum. So some of you participated already on Monday, but the forum is going to be assessed until this Monday because we need to give the opportunity to the rest of the classmates to participate in this forum and accomplish all the instructions for it. Okay, so don't worry about it. If you haven't received any feedback or any grade in the integration forum, it is going to be assessed on Monday. Okay, and then you also have the self-evaluation over here. Very important to do it. It's also the 10% of your final participation, and at the end, the social emotional questionnaires 5 and 5, okay, according to the module score. And also there is a special participation, automatically participation during the module. And here you can see the total score in the module and your grade and everything you worked in the platform, okay? Para el foro de integración, chicos, hay quienes probablemente ya participaron a partir del lunes y ya realizaron sus 4 aportaciones, pero este foro va a ser evaluado hasta el día lunes. La plataforma para ustedes, el módulo se cierra este domingo a las 11:55 horas, pero la calificación de ese foro se va a ver reflejado hasta el lunes que estemos ya nosotros asesores terminando de revisar y de calificar para hacer nuestro reporte también de calificaciones. Esta calificación se les va a entregar hasta el lunes porque tenemos que darle oportunidad a los demás compañeros, a los demás estudiantes de que hagan sus 4 aportaciones, de que realicen todas las instrucciones del foro y hay quienes simplemente tienen esa oportunidad de realizarlas en domingo. Entonces, por sus trabajos o sus actividades personales. Entonces, sí es importante, chicos, que no se desesperen. Ese foro va a ser evaluado, sí, pero hasta el día lunes, una vez que la plataforma cierre para ustedes, porque nosotros continuamos con este trabajo de revisión, de calificación, para entregarles los reportes pertinentes a cada uno de ustedes. Entonces, el foro va a ser evaluado hasta el lunes para que no se desesperen. Okay. In other subjects, just about to finish this session, we're going to have some few minutes for answering questions. Self-assessment is very important, and as you could see it in the over here, check it out. Where is it? Autoevaluación es parte de su calificación, ¿ok? Entonces sí es importante que la realicemos. Extensions for the final project and the integration forum are not allowed, ¿ok? Ya no se pueden otorgar extensiones para el foro de integración ni para el proyecto integrador porque ya estamos cerrando módulo, ya la plataforma se cierra para ustedes y ya no hay extensiones para estas dos tareas. Incluso tampoco hay extensiones, y eso es normal de todas las semanas, no hay extensiones para las actividades formativas o para los ejercicios del aula que la misma aula evalúa. Entonces ya no se pueden otorgar extensiones para ninguna tarea. Okay, so guys, consider your time. I know sometimes it's difficult and you struggle with all your activities, but just try to, get your schedule and try to put your activities in order to get them really well organized and accomplish all the project and the integration forum and all your participations in the forum. Okay, so that is it, guys. You have my email and it's already there in the platform. So congratulations for this achievement. This is it. You are ending the module 7. Okay, so but do you have any questions about it? Now it is time to answer the questions related to it. ¿Ok? ¿Tienen alguna preguntita, chicos? Estamos ya por cerrar esta sesión de este espacio abierto con tu asesor virtual. Ok, María. Nos pide una foto para cada sesión, como una para el pasado, presente y futuro. ¿Podemos poner 2 en cada uno o sería mucho peso para subir la actividad? No, es normal, está bien. El archivo sí lo puedes sostener las dos. Entonces no te preocupes por eso. Puedes poner 2. Incluso he revisado tareas que han puesto hasta 3 imágenes. Las imágenes por lo general no son tan pesadas, entonces sí puedes colocarlas. Si tú crees que 2 o 3 te puedan dar una mejor contexto de tus oraciones, adelante, puedes ponerlos, ¿ok? No pasa nada. ¿Puedes utilizar imágenes de internet? Sí, también puedes utilizarlas si no quieres poner tus propias pictures, fotografías de ti, de tu familia, etcétera. También puedes utilizarlas de internet. Igual, 1, 2 o 3, las que tú consideres que sean las necesarias para explicar la situación de acuerdo al proyecto, está súper bien, ¿ok? ¿Alguna otra preguntita? No sé, Pablo, María, algo algún comentario, algo en general del módulo, ya para cerrar con la sesión. Algo que no haya quedado muy, muy, muy claro. Ok. Si ya no tenemos más preguntitas. Ok, muy bien. Entonces, les recuerdo que la participación número 3 del foro de integración, en dado caso que alguien o de sus compañeros no les haya realizado las preguntas para que ustedes puedan tener esa aportación 3, porque tu aportación es contestar esas preguntas. Pero si alguien no te las ha realizado, entonces tú copias y pegas las preguntas base, por decirlo de alguna manera, de la instrucción 2 y tú mismo las contestas. ¿Ok? Es algo muy importante para que no se atrasen también ustedes en responder sus preguntitas y cumplan con esa parte de la instrucción número 3. De nada, María. Estamos aquí para apoyarlos en todo lo que ustedes necesiten. No duden para nada en absoluto en mandarme un mensajito o un correo electrónico. Si lo hacen a través del mensajero de la plataforma es un poquito más sencillo y más rápido para mí, porque en cuanto entro a la plataforma estoy revisando inmediatamente los mensajes y todos la información que tiene la plataforma, entonces puedo contestarles más rápido, aunque también el correo, que es un medio oficial de comunicación, también es contestarlo rápido, aunque me toma un poquito, unos minutitos más, pero al final de cuentas siempre van a tener una respuesta antes de las que se cumpla el plazo de las 24 horas, ¿ok? Pues si ya no hay más dudas, no hay más preguntas, si surgiera algo más, recuerden que me pueden contactar a través de la plataforma del correo electrónico y si no hubiera más preguntitas, chicos, pues damos por finalizada este segundo espacio abierto y les deseo muchísimo éxito en sus planes futuros, en sus proyectos de vida. Estamos ya cerrando este módulo 7, este módulo 7. So congratulations about it. And thank you so much for attending the session, guys. I really appreciate you are taking your time for your personal time, your family time as well. So to be here with me. You're very welcome, Pablo. You're very welcome about it. So thank you so much for attending. You are spending your time. You are using your time for these two sessions. So it's pretty awesome, pretty cool. So congratulations about it. And I'm going to be here around until we close the module. Okay? Thank you so much. Have a good night and a good weekend. Bye bye, everybody.